Yeah, so the first thing I wanted to say, guys, is you guys are bloody amazing. We have had, I cannot believe how courageous, open, honest, just incredible community that we've built in such a really, really short space of time. And you know how you've all supported each other, you've looked after each other. It's been overwhelming. I feel really, really touched, to be honest with you, that the way that you've taken to this has been fab. And you know, I don't think we've had one single food post or mention of diets, which is exactly what I wanted, because it's not about dieting, it's about changing our mindset. And you've all taken that on board and you've tried something new, and that is fab. Really, really good. So tonight, what I want to do is I would like to do a recap of last week, very quick recap of where we got to last week and what we talked about. I'm going to give you my top tips for getting your human back in control, how you can continue your journey with me if you wish. There is no obligation to do that at all, but some people do want to, so that's what I'm going to do. Then we will do the prize draw, and then at the end, I've got a special bonus prize. What's it called? What's that program called? Is it something like Play Your Cards Right? Bully's bonus prize. So I can't remember anyhow. So
Bully's bonus.
That's the one, Bully's bonus prize. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do tonight. So the first thing is let's just do a little bit of a recap of what we did last week. So we had, right at the beginning, we talked about our much more, this unruly bunch of things, of parts of our brain that are not coordinated and working very well together. And we talked about the much more, we talked about our monkey, and the monkey is the one that gives us our basic instincts. It has its basic drives at heart. The unicorn, which is the one that tries to keep you pain-free. It's like your paracetamol, if you're like, oh, excuse me, your paracetamol. And then we've got our computer, which stores all our memories and beliefs, whether they're good beliefs or bad beliefs. And the human that can analyse, think of, cause and effect. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to change everything from our much more to our chum chain, because we want to get the computer in absolutely nice and free from all these gremlins, so that the human can go in there, get all the right messages, and the unicorn can help them along, keep themselves, and the monkey's just lying there nicely, just in case is needed in the background. And that is all in an ideal world. And of course, we don't live in an ideal world, but we can work towards that as much as we can. So I was talking to one of my coaching clients the other day, and she said to me, I'm not really getting it. And I started to talk to her about the different parts of the brain. And she was like, so there actually are parts of the brain that do this? And I said, yeah, I haven't just made this up from nowhere. You know, this is actually a psychological model. Now, there are many more parts of the brain, but there are 4 parts of the brain that actually have these things that I've identified, and they're ones that I believe get in our way of us being able to control our emotional eating. So the first one here is we've got our amygdala, which is number 1 here. And that is, oh gosh, keep doing that. That is the storage center. It's our brain. We want to try and get to chum, so I'm going to do the computer first. And it just records every single situation. And the problem with that is it records them around what you've been taught and what you want, what you look for. So it's got gremlin beliefs in there that aren't very good for you, and then it's got healthy beliefs that are good for you. And if we get too many gremlin beliefs, our computer hard drive gets corrupt, and when we are looking back in our computer to decide what next action to do in every situation, we look at too many gremlin beliefs, and if we're not careful, we don't either. We're constantly in fear and we don't do anything, or we make the wrong decisions. And number 2 is the cingulate cortex. So that at the top up there is our unicorn, and that bit is on high alert. So it's looking for safety. It's looking, sorry, please bear with me, I've done this the wrong way around. The amygdala is actually your monkey. So, these two here, I have done the wrong way around. So the amygdala is the monkey. That's the bit in the middle of the brain where your monkey resides. For survival, it asks 3 questions. Should I eat it? Should I mate it? Or should I fight it? And that is all it's concerned with. It's greedy, it's lazy, it wants its own way. It will do anything it can to manipulate you to do what it wants. Then at the top right, you've got your unicorn. And your unicorn is always, its antennae is like high alert for safety, looking out for you all the time. And it's looking to, it wants those basic human needs for you to be absolutely put in place. It's very sensitive, it's very emotional, and it can sabotage you. Now, have I locked this meeting? Let me just go to security, lock meeting. I'd really love it if people would mute themselves. Because for some reason it will not let me mute everybody. Hillary, you're not muted. Carolyn, you're not muted. Tony, you're not muted. I'm trying to, right, okay, I think it's done it now. Okay, so what you've got here is you've got your unicorn, and that resides in this part of the brain here called the cingulate cortex. Then we've got the hippocampus. These two things should have been switched around, and that here is where all of those computer beliefs, those gremlin beliefs and healthy beliefs, and every single thing that ever happened to you is stored. And then at the front of the brain, in all this lot, we've got the cortex. We've got the frontal cortex, and we've got all of this around here, and this is the human part of the brain where we've got the rational, logical thinking. It's the only bit of the brain really that has logical thinking. It is split into more than one part. There's another part that actually for conscience and feelings.
Lost a video causing my mum.
I'm trying to mute.
All I can hear is other people talking.
I think everybody's muted now. Can you hear me now?
You're not muted.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
yes, we can, Amanda.
Okay then, thank you. Right, so I think I've muted everybody, and I have now locked the meeting, so nobody else should be able to get in, so we should stay muted. And what we really want to do with this rational human being wants to be in control as much as possible of all of these other parts of the brain. Okay, so what we want is, we want our chums. Look at that lovely monkey, he's fast asleep, he's just quite chilled. We've got the unicorn there with its antennae, but in the field having a great time. Gorgeous brand new MacBook Pro. They're absolutely, completely full of gremlinless. And then the human in the middle, looking at them all and just going, yeah, I'm feeling really chilled and really happy and life is good. Apart from the fact that I've got dirty feet, but there you go. Trust me to see that. So that's what we're looking for. Okay. So in order to do that, we need to get our human back in charge. And what I thought I would do tonight was to try to give you my human thinking top tips so that you can start to consider and go away from this masterclass with some tips that will get you back in charge. Okay? I'll try to start to do that. The first one is, this absolutely blew me away when I was taught this. I was taught, how often when you were younger were you told you are too something, you are too much of? I was always taught you're too sensitive, you need to grow a layer of skin, you are too clumsy, you are too shy. Believe it or not, I was very shy. I was sent to elocution lessons to stop me from being shy. You are too lazy, you are too, all of these things, right? Okay? And you told these things when you were younger. And what we try to do right from a very young age is change who we are to stop being too much. But a lot of those things that we are what make us us. And if we can find a way of embracing our too muchness and using it for a positive reason, then that is when we can get real understanding of who we are and what our life's purpose is. Now, for example, my big thing was always you're too sensitive and you do too much for other people. And I spent years trying not to be. I tried not to show my emotions. I tried not to cry. I tried to hide everything. I tried being more selfish, but I just didn't feel comfortable with it. It wasn't naturally me. And now I understand that by embracing my too muchness, that is what makes me an amazing coach. Because I understand people. I want to understand. I want to listen. I'm sensitive to their feelings and their thoughts. I care deeply about people and want them to be happy. And I've found a really good avenue for my too muchness. So sit down and write a list of the things that people told you you were too when you were little. And think, really, how much have I tried to stop doing that? And what can I do with that? Because that's really me. That's who I am. You know, somebody who's called lazy aren't necessarily lazy. They're just laid back. But then they try to stop being, so they run around like a headless chicken, and they can go the opposite way. You know, I was just a laid back little girl, just really laid back and chilled, and then suddenly I became completely opposite because I was told I was too lazy. So yeah, just have a think about that. Embrace your too muchness. If you've got any feedback, guys, you can chat in the chat just like you can do on Facebook. Let me know that I'm not here all on my own. Another one is you don't need a new day to start again. You just need a new mindset. And the last one was your much, and now we've got our chum. So you need to start thinking in that mindset of computer, human, unicorn, then monkey. And just using that as much as you can, listening to yourself, observing other people. That's a brilliant one. I love observing other people. And you can see when their monkeys are out. You can just see, you know, when they start getting irate and they want their own way and they don't like, you know, you can see it. It's brilliant. People watching. If you watch other people, you start to identify it so much more in yourself. The next one is, I love this one. Accept the things you cannot change and change the things you cannot accept. So there's some things about your life at this moment that you can't change. Like we can't change that we're in lockdown. There's nothing we can do about that. But if I can't accept something like it's not acceptable to me that I'm continuing to eat too much, that is what I can change. So many people try to change the things that they've got no control of, like other people and how other people behave and what other people say and what other people do, and forget that the only thing that you can change is you and how you react to things, how you react to situations, how you react to the world. That's all within your control, all of it. So it's about accepting it. Now, to accept something doesn't mean to say you have to like it. I used to think, well, if I can't accept this is unacceptable to me. It is unacceptable that there are people in this world that go around killing people. I find that unacceptable. And yes, in our society, it is unacceptable, but I can't do anything about it personally. And if I could, I would, but I can't. So I have to accept it. So I don't necessarily have to like something to accept it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. The next one is change your thoughts. Now, this is a little bit of a difficult one to get your head around, but you don't feel emotions because of what happens to you. There is always a small gap between what happens and the emotion. And in the middle of that is the thought and the perception that you give what has happened. That is what causes the suffering. I'm going to explain. I'll give you an example. It comes my birthday. I get up in the morning and there's no post. You know, when the postman comes in, there's no cards. I've got 6 children and 10 grandchildren that I have. And I'm sat there thinking, God, you know what? They don't care. They don't love me. They're just not interested, you know, blah, 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 blah. Now, when that Postman comes to the door. At that moment, the postman's come to the door. That's the event that's happened, and there's just bills, okay? The only reason it hurts me is because I have made the connection between, number one, that it's my birthday, and number two, I am thinking I'm trying to think what other people think. Now, if I'd forgotten it was my birthday, the postman coming to the door with just bills would not have any effect on me at all. It is only because of my thoughts around that event that I am in pain. And usually my thoughts are wrong. Usually. So I will be thinking my daughter doesn't care for me, she doesn't love me, she doesn't this, and then she'll ring later on the day, she'll go, Mum, I'm really sorry, I'm so busy. Or Mum, the post box was shut, or, whatever it might be. But it's very rarely what I'm thinking. So it's the thoughts about the situation and the way I see it that causes the suffering. And if I can change my thoughts to be more logical, analytical, and not always about me, I can change my suffering. I have the opportunity to do that for myself. So if somebody has done something that makes you feel uncomfortable or upset, try to think, what other reason could there be for this rather than what I'm thinking it is? What other reason could it be that I've not had that phone call? Or what other reason is it that that person was walking along the street and they just, I thought they snubbed me, but they probably just didn't see me. Or they were that busy. I'm involved, done it. I would have thought, put your head down, don't. I'm so busy, I haven't got time. I haven't got time to chat. Doesn't mean they don't care. It's the meaning that we put on the event that makes it painful. And our meanings are often wrong because they're coming a lot from our gremlin beliefs. And like I've said previously, if you're looking for people not liking you, you will see every opportunity as evidence of that instead of the other. Now, somebody who believes that they're lovable and likable would go down the street, the person might snub them and they'd go, God, they must be really busy today, I'll see them tomorrow. So it is your thoughts about the event that causes the suffering. And if you can remember that, that is a really good human tip. Talked about this week, emotion. And emotion is energy in motion. It rises, it goes up, and then it peaks. It peaks. It peaks at the top, and then it's supposed to go down. And if we try to stop it with food, drugs, alcohol, anything else, all that happens is we stop it in its tracks, but it will not and cannot be destroyed, and it will continue to come back over and over again. It'll get stronger and stronger and stronger until we have to do something about it. And often this comes in the way of not just mental illness, but physical illnesses, psoriasis, migraines, all sorts of skin rashes, allergies. All of these, they believe now, come from dis-ease, which means being not at ease in our mind, and eventually it will show on your body. So what you resist will persist. So really we need to stop resisting it and start doing something about it. Start feeling our emotions and looking at this stuff. This is my top 3 questions. Now, earlier on today, this week, I said to you, when you're trying to manage your monkey, stand in front of the fridge or wherever you are and go, do I want the consequences of this action? Okay, now this takes it one step further, and it will give you something to every single time you are about to do some emotional eating. It will give you the answer as to whether that food is an appropriate choice for that moment. There is no such thing as good or bad food, just appropriate choices for the moment that you are in. And the way that I do this, and I teach all of my coaching clients, I think it's one of the things that they all take away with them and they use on a regular basis, is this food going to be? Now, we often tell ourselves, oh, I'm going to have a treat. And we see a treat as something that's just good for our taste buds, like chocolate, crisps, biscuits, cake, whatever it is. But actually, it's not really a treat, is it? Because it doesn't treat us well. It doesn't treat our body well, particularly. Usually, those types of treat foods are not good for us. They won't give us energy. They don't give us particularly very good nutrition. And they usually make us feel guilty after we've eaten. So, using the word treat, I'm really not very comfortable with, because I don't think it is a treat. In fact, I think it's quite the opposite. But if we're going to use the word treat, what I want you to ask is, first of all, is this going to be a treat for my taste buds? So will it nourish my taste buds? Will it taste good? Because if it's not going to taste good, there is absolutely no point in eating it. And how these people live on Cambridge diet shakes or something for like 12 months of their life, I've got no idea. That to me is just punishment. Life is for living with lovely, tasty food that makes us enjoy it. So is it a treat for your taste buds? The second one, is it a treat for my body? So is it going to nourish my body? Is it going to make my body feel good? And then the last one, is it a treat for my soul? So what I mean by that is, are you going to feel good after you've eaten it, or are you not? So it's one step further from the, do I want the consequences of this action? And I'll explain with 2 examples. The first one is, I've gone into the petrol station and I'm stood in the queue, and I suddenly, all around me, as you know, it's horrific, is you're surrounded by chocolate, sweets, biscuits, chocolate, cake, crisps, everything all around you, and you're queuing up and there's 4 people in front of you, and you stood there going, it's all right, give it a minute, and then just before you get to the front you go, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to do this now because I'm going home straight after that. And you don't just pick up 1 crunchy, you pick up 2 or something else. It was never 1, but it never was for me. And we go outside, get in the car and devour, inhale, I would say, rather than eat, as quickly as possibly can, that food that you've just got from the petrol station, and hide the wrapper so nobody sees it. And the minute that it's eaten, actually almost even when we're eating it, we're thinking, oh God, what have I done? Why have we done that? Feeling really bad about ourselves. So if we were asking ourselves those 3 questions, is this a treat for my taste bud? Yeah, I love crunches. Of course it is. Tastes gorgeous. Is it a treat for my body? No, it isn't. It has no nutritional value whatsoever. And it is not a treat for my soul, because when I've done that act, I'm feeling crap. So what we're looking for is 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So we have to have a yes for 2 out of those 3 questions. And here we clearly have a no out of 2 of these 3 questions. So the next opportunity, or the next situation, is the following week. I'm sorry, those of you that coach with me, because you've heard this a million times before. It's because I remember it very vividly, and it's my niece's birthday party, and she's got, believe it or not, a unicorn birthday cake. And she's there, and we're all stood around, and she goes, Auntie Mandy, you're going to have a piece of cake? And I'm there going, well, ask myself the questions, is it a treat for my taste bud? Yeah, it looks really nice, it looks cake, it looks really nice, I like cake, so of course it is. Is it a treat for my body? No, it's not. It's got no nutritional value in it, it's not going to do me any good. But is it a treat for my soul? Well, if I don't join in, I'm going to have massive FOMO. I'm going to feel like I'm a leper, feel like I'm not part of, feel like I don't belong in that situation at my niece's birthday. I'm going to feel guilty that she's asked me to get involved and I've said no. And I'm going to go home, and the likelihood is I will feel really bad and really like I'm missing out, and probably go and eat far more than I would have done if I'd have had the small piece of cake and joined in the first place. So actually saying no there would not be good for my soul. It would be a treat for my soul to be with the party, be in the party, enjoy it, get involved and eat it with no guilt and just enjoy it. Because life is for living and we have to live. Very often, my husband and I, when we were in lockdown, we'll go out, we'll have afternoon tea, and we have scones and cream and jam. And I love that. I absolutely love scones and cream and jam. At one time, I would have probably eaten 2 scones and cream and jam. Now we will have 1 between us, and I completely love it. I do it with no guilt whatsoever. Because it's a treat for my soul. It makes me feel happy. It's connecting with him. If I was to sit there in the cafe and he was eating it on his own, I would just hate it. It would just be awful. But it's in moderation. So those are my 3 tips for me. Ask those questions every time you are going to eat something that you think might not be the right thing for you to eat. And you may be surprised that sometimes it's the right thing to eat it. Then go ahead and eat it with no guilt. So some practical tips. If it is one of those things that really, you know, it's not appropriate to eat at that time, try to put some space between you and the food. Either physical space, walk out the room. Another thing that I've done in the past when I've been really struggling at times, and when I'm emotional, I struggle more than others, I will put the goodies inside a tin. So there's 2 tins for me to get through, so it gives me a physical space, it stops me, or I will ask somebody else to help me. I think that's one of the ones, and I'll give it to my husband and say, can you just give me so many, etc. Put some physical space between you and the food, or some time. So actually, that stepping back and giving it 10 minutes and seeing how you feel later, and asking yourself the 3 questions again. And if the 3 questions say, you know what, I'm going to feel really fed up if I don't have this today, then eat it, but don't feel guilty, because that makes it worse. You go back on that vicious circle, and the chances are you'll binge. So you go, right, okay, I'm just going to have this tonight and enjoy it. Do something else that's a treat for your body and soul. I think that makes common sense, isn't it? You know, they talk about this all the time, going to have a hot bath, going for a walk, etc. I mean, those are great if you can, but I think some of these other things are much more useful than just saying, well, go and have a hot bath or do your nails or whatever. But it does help and it's useful. And another one is asking your unicorn, what does it need other than food right now? So going back to those human needs and saying, am I missing love and connection? Am I missing certainty? Am I missing recognition and value? Am I missing community? What am I missing? Am I missing excitement and variety? What can I do to make things a bit more exciting around here? I'm sick of doing the same thing all the time. So asking what it needs other than food and doing one of those things before you eat. I don't like this as much as Facebook Live. It's because I can't actually see any of you. And it's not, don't go for a walk in the forest. No, not after what you did this week, don't. But there you go. You said you felt better afterwards. Butterflies. Okay, some practical tips again. Treat your monkey like a 3-year-old child. Ask yourself, what would you do with a toddler? So, for example, if you wouldn't give your 3-year-old child or grandchild a whole packet of biscuits, why on earth would you give it to your monkey? Or yourself, which it is yourself, but it's your monkey that wants it. It's not you. It's the monkey that wants the whole packet of biscuits, because that's the greedy bit, not you. So think about it like that. I am giving my monkey a whole packet of biscuits. I wouldn't give a 3-year-old child a whole packet of biscuits, so I'm not going to give it to my monkey. If it's having a temper tantrum, treat it like a 3-year-old child. Let it scream, let it shout, leave it alone. Don't give in. Every time you don't give in, you're building your strength muscle to actually put your monkey where you need it and out of the equation. Don't be too proud to ask for help. Ask people, say, please, can you do the shopping for me this week? Because I'm feeling particularly vulnerable. And I do want some things, but some things I think, you know, well, shopping's terrible. Always eat some protein before you go shopping. Or do it online. There's no such thing as failure-only learning opportunities. This is a biggie. This is a biggie. People say, oh my God, I've seen it this week on the group. I failed. I gave in. I quit. I failed. Yeah, I never failed. Never, ever, 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 ever. Every single thing that happens to us is a learning opportunity for the next time. And if we don't see it like that, we will continue making the same mistakes over and over again. So what could I have done differently? How could I have stopped that happening? Asking yourself these questions. Are you eating too quickly? Have I eaten too much? Should I have just spent 5 minutes? Should I have just chewed it a little more? Whatever it is. Was I hungry when I came home? Having a 4 o'clock in the afternoon protein snack's a really good one, so that when you get in at night, you're not absolutely ravenous and going straight into the fridge. But you know, nothing's failure, only a learning opportunity for next time. Okay, Olivia, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, because I did tell you this earlier in the week, just see it as a learning opportunity. That's really, really good. And also, it's not all or nothing. We're not either in control or we're not. You know, being in control of your monkey and your unicorn one day will look very different than what it is the next. But as long as you're aware of it and you're working towards it, and some days you will feel just like you do when you've got a family, that you are unstoppable and you can manage them all nicely, you can get them all playing and colouring and painting and things. And then other days it feels like it's gone riot. And that's what this stuff is like. And that's why we can't do this all or nothing anymore, because we have to see every single day as a new learning opportunity. Okay, right at the beginning of this course or this masterclass, I said to you that it has been identified, and this is an absolute fact, 75% of overeating is due to unresolved emotions. Another fact is 95% of people that lose weight on a diet and exercise plan, and you know what I would call an unusual diet and exercise plan, will put all the weight back on. 95% of people will put all the weight back on within a year, and usually more. That is horrific. I think it's terrible. And do you know that the average woman loses her body weight average of 9 times over her lifetime and puts it back on? Yo-yo dieting, up and down. So if you could stop even 50% of your overeating, just 50%, what would you be doing? Put it in the thing. What would you feel like? What clothes would you be wearing? Where would you be going? What would you be doing differently? What difference would 50% make? Because I think 50% to most people would be a huge change. And the problem is we always want 100%, but if we could just do 50% and just enjoy the other 50% for now, and then say in 2 months' time you could do 75%, another 25% of your overeating. Or even if you could do 25% and then a month later you could do 50%. It's all moving in the right direction. And another one I should have put up and I didn't is big changes. Don't give big changes because we cannot stick to them.
No.
Small changes consistently give big changes. That is what happens. So it's about getting better over the long run. Okay, I feel amazing. I'd need a whole new wardrobe. Absolutely, I'll come with you to get it, Claire. I think I'd gain so much confidence. It helped me want to go out more and things. So your whole life changed. Good. I'd start living my life again. Brilliant. Okay, so are you going to come with me? Are you going to continue this journey with me? I am looking for 50 people to join me in my Stop Emotional Eating and Start Living 12-week intensive program. Now, there was 400 people signed up for this masterclass, and I am just looking for 50 of you. That's what I need. I need 50 people. So you need to know what it entails, and you also need to know what I'd expect from you. Somebody is not muted. If you can mute yourself, I would really appreciate it.
Me, Amanda.
I've muted you. Ali?
Me.
Who's me?
Jane.
Jane.
Jane, I have muted you. Perfect. Okay. 50 people. And during this program, this is what you're going to learn. So you're going to learn to identify and manage your monkey. You're going to learn to provide your unicorn with what it needs to keep you safe without using food. So we're going to look into all of this that we've been learning this week on a much, much deeper level. You're going to learn how to change your gremlin beliefs to healthy beliefs. So we started that, you identified them, but I didn't teach you how to change them. So you're going to learn how to do that. You're going to learn how to get out of the cycle of diet, binge, repeat, that, oh, I've gone on a diet, I've been really, really good, I've gone off it, I've hit the effort button, I'm binging like mad, and then I feel guilty, and then I'm going to start all over again. Repeating that cycle all the time. You're going to learn how to identify your self-sabotage and know how to change these patterns. You're going to learn how to set healthy boundaries and put yourself first for once, and how to do that while still caring for others. I'm going to teach you how to feel your emotions and ride those waves so that you're not cutting off those emotions so that they don't keep coming back stronger and stronger and stronger. And how to put your human well and truly back in control to help create a happy, healthy chum chain. That's what I want to teach you how to do over a 12-week period. So what am I going to give you? How that look? What does it look like? Every week you will get videos, audios and workbooks for you to work on. You will get a weekly group coaching call from me on Zoom like this, but you will be able to talk to me because there won't be that many people on it, and there won't all be 50 on at once, so don't worry about that. I'll manage that in a different way. You will get a VIP Facebook group, so it will be like the group that we've got, but it will be a VIP group, and it will be a secret group so that absolutely nobody else apart from people that sign up can even find it on Facebook. It is completely and utterly secure. You will get a private members area where you can go through that program in your own time, and it will be anonymous. Although I do recommend that you do the weekly content during that week because that will give you the best results. But you can go through it again because you're going to have lifetime access to it. So all of the content for a lifetime. So you can keep going back over it. If you're struggling, you can go back and go, oh God, some sabotage coming up here. What did Amanda say about sabotage? How can I do? What can I do with this? Oh, I've got a gremlin belief. I need to. You can go back and you can see what you can do, so you can always have it there for you to refer back to. You will get private message and email support from me during office hours. Office hours for me are from 8:30 in the morning till 8 at night, so it's not your usual office hours, but you will get that. I will make you accountable to help motivate you, because accountability is often a really big thing for people. They need somebody who's going to say, come on, what are you up to? What are you up to? And you will also get, if you wish, an upgrade opportunity to upgrade with one-to-one sessions with me. And I will talk to any of you. If you want to go with that option, you need to contact me, because I'm not going to be talking about that tonight, but there is an opportunity for that if you want to. So what am I going to ask you in return? I need you to have a 110% commitment. If the time is not right and it's not ready for you, then I don't want you to do it, because I want you to succeed. I want you to see changes in this. So you need to give it your commitment for this 12 weeks. You need to be open to changing the way you do things. So it's not diet mentality. It doesn't mean to say that we're not watching the food that we eat. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we're not on or off a diet. We're thinking about the emotions and the actions around that food. You all know what to eat. I don't need to tell you all what to eat, because you've all been on that many diets and food plans and everything for life. You know what's good for you and what's not, most of you. And if you don't and you're struggling with something, I'm there to help, because I can help you with that. It will start on Monday the 26th of May, and it will go on for 12 weeks. If during that 12 weeks you've got a holiday or something else planned, it doesn't matter, because everything that is done, you will get pre-recorded videos, audios and worksheets for the lessons, and then the weekly group call every week where you can ask questions. I will go through things with you, will always be recorded. If you've got a question and you can't make it, you just send the question to me and I'll make sure that I answer it on the group. I can't even see what that says. What does that say in the right hand corner? I think it says something about give support or something. Can somebody help me? Give statistics, yes. So many of you this week have said, Amanda, you should write a book. I've decided I'm going to write a book. Those people that are in this group of 50 people are going to be in my book. Now, I would love you to give your experience of the program if you wish. But even if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But what I will want to be doing on a monthly basis is to ask you for some statistics and ask you some questions for you to feed back to me, so that I can actually see how well this is working. And that's really important to me. You will need to give about a minimum of 2 hours per week to this program. So probably an hour going through the activities, and then an hour on a Zoom call with me once a week, so that we can do the question and answers. I'm going to have a look at the chat in a minute. So on that book, this sounds amazing. I'm making notes and everything, just writing down the times I lost weight, put them on again. Which book are we looking at? I don't know. Pardon? My book. Okay, yes. You're going to need some courage, but you guys have been amazing at that this week. But you will need some courage. You will need to have a bit of courage to actually think about these things in a bit more detail. But I'm going to be there to support you all the way through. I will be asking anybody who comes on this course with me to sign a contract or disclaimer. Now, the reason why I'm asking that, it's like I've had one of my grandchildren drawing all over this. Can you see it? Is because I am not, and you need to understand this, a psychotherapist. I am not a qualified psychotherapist. I'm more of a coach than a psychotherapist. So you need to be aware of that, and if anything should be triggered by anything that we're doing that I can't help you with, I will need you to go and find some support somewhere else if you really need deep stuff. Never had that happen yet before, but it's just something that I need to do to protect myself. Will there be different dates for the Zoom call? Once things are back to normal, I do lots of sports after work. It depends. It depends how many people sign up. Once people have signed up, we'll talk about when are the right times and the best times for the Zoom calls. But I'm anticipating, if I get the 50, probably 2 a week. So you can choose from 2 a week. And you're going to need to invest in yourself in terms of time, energy, effort, and it will cost you something. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that now. I don't know what these are here. There is a special bonus just this time. I will never be offering it for this price again, and I will never ever be offering the amount of support that I'm giving you, because it's the first time I've done it in this format. All of this stuff I've done loads of times with other people, but I've never done it quite like this. So there will be 3 additional monthly group calls and support. So at the end of the 12 weeks, you will have every month for the following 3 months a group call that you can book onto, where I will give you additional support, keep you accountable, and make sure that you're all still doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you are actually getting 6 months here for the price of 3. So you are going to need to invest in this, because you are valuable. And it's time that you started to realise that you're valuable. And you know what? I am valuable as well, and I know I am. I know that I've got a real expertise in this area. I know that I have trained and I've researched and I have spent tens of thousands of pounds over the past 8 years on learning everything that I'm going to teach you. And I am valuable, and I value myself. And I would not be a good coach if I'm telling you to be valuable and then I don't value who I am. I also believe that money is the currency of commitment. If you have to pay for something, you are much more likely to turn up and you're more likely to do it. And that is a win-win for both sides, because I want you to get some real lasting changes out of this. But I am very aware of the situation at the moment that we're all in, that a lot of people have got less money than they ever have, or they certainly have for quite a long time. So I have done this at the absolute minimum I possibly can, to enable as many of you, or to try and get as many as you can, the 50 on here. So this is what I'm asking from you. I will be asking you to invest £85 a month to go on this course with me over the 6 months. If you pay in full, you will get a 10% discount for that. And the first 5 people that sign up, and that is where you go to sign up, you just go straight to amandajaneduggan.com. First 5 people to sign up will get the bonus of a 45-minute coaching session with me, a one-to-one coaching session to supplement this course. So you will get that at some time during this course. So that's the first 5 people to sign up. If you want to sign up, you go directly to amandajaneduggan.com and you can sign up now. It will be open from this evening. Chat. I'm going to sign up. Hi, Jane. Brilliant. Lovely. Price is incredible. I think it is. I've tried really, really hard to keep it as low as I possibly can and still feel that I am giving value to me and to you guys. Okay, so £85 a month investment. It's the same price as a new blouse, outfit or dress, but it will change your life. I promise you, it absolutely will. It's £85 per month for 6 months, Heather, because it's 3 months and then it's 3 months on top. And if you pay in full, it's £450. So it's £85 a month for 6 months. I'm giving you the option to pay monthly. You will get a bit of a discount if you pay up front, because obviously that's just the way most things work. This is the VIP coaching program. Anjali, this is what you will get as a VIP coaching program. Is this different to the VIP? This is very different. Okay. So I actually do a bariatric success program that Anjali is on, and that is for people that have had a weight loss surgery. It is a 6-month course which includes one-to-one sessions with me, and it includes one-to-one sessions with our dietitian. It also includes group program, and this is part of that course. It's not the full amount of the course, it's part of that course. So those of you that are in the Bariatric Success Solution will get all of the activities from this course, so don't worry about it. You don't need to buy this as well. You will get all of that. So that is for bariatric patients only. This is for anybody, bariatric or non-bariatric, who wants to look at their emotional eating and self-sabotage. So within the other course, there's all sorts of other things that help you that are not in this actual course. So you've got much more in the other course. There's a lot more information. Anjali, I think I've just answered that for you. Okay, so that's where you need to go, janeDuggan.com. Why the first 5? Right, I've done that because I think there'll be a few people there whose unicorns will be having a fit going, oh God, can't do that. What about the kids' shoes? What will my husband say? What will this? You know, when all is said and done, you've been on this 5-day journey, you've started to do some of this work. Now is the right time to do it, or else you wouldn't have got this far. Dig deep in many, many ways and just prioritize yourself for once and let this happen for you. And the reason why I'm saying the first 5 will get this bonus is because it might just make those of you that are thinking, oh, sure, just go, God, sorry, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go and do it now. It might just help you manage your uniform. I'll sell my shoes if I need to. Bless you, darling. Okay, so that's what I'm asking of you. That's what I'm offering you. If you want to come with me, you have got until the Friday, the 23rd, I think it is, to sign up to that. However, I will be stopping at 50. I don't anticipate a problem in getting 50 people through the door. I really don't. Like I said, there's 410 people signed up on this. I think that I will get that fairly quickly. And once I get to 50, I will not be accepting anymore because I want to be able to give you guys what you need, and I don't want to be overwhelmed that I can't give you what you need. Plus, I've got my bariatric clients that I have to look after, and they are a massive priority of mine as well, and I don't want to spread myself too thinly. Would not be fair on anybody. So if you get in there quickly, you're the ones that are going to get priority for the places. So you can pay by all bank cards. I think it's on that website. You can pay by PayPal. Everything's on there. So now we are going to go to our prize draw time. The first prize is a weekend with me in the lovely Somerset. You come down here, I will wine and dine you, we'll go out for the day, we'll talk all about emotional eating, self-sabotage, anything you want. You can pick my brains all weekend if you like, and hopefully we'll have a bit of a giggle and a bit of fun. So that's the first prize. The second prize is an hour's coaching with me, if you should wish that. And that's, I actually charge £120 for an hour. Well, it's actually 45 minutes, but usually lasts an hour. So that's a pretty good price, really. And if you think that that's what I charge for my one-to-one coaching, this, you know, £85 a month for 6 months is pretty good value. Paul, it might suit you better if you think that you might want to take the other course. It is a bigger investment. Quite a much bigger investment, but those of you that would like to, I will contact you. If you just send me a PM, I can contact you to talk to you personally about that. Okay. And then we've got the community champion who is going to get a box of box tree goodies. So there's some lovely things in there, and I'm going to choose something for whoever it is that wins today. We already know who it is anyhow. Yeah. So we're going to go to the prize draw now. The first prize, you have got to have done all 5 tasks and be on the call tonight. So I'm going to choose a prize, and then if your name comes out, I need you to unmute yourself and shout or chat in the chat box and tell me that you are here, and then we will organise that weekend with me as soon as lockdown's out, whenever you can get here. If you are too far away, or you would prefer not to spend a weekend with me, which is fine. I can completely understand that some people might not be their cup of tea, which is fine. You will get 3 coaching sessions with me instead over Zoom, one-to-one, personal one. Excuse me. So I am going to go. Oh, if this works, I'm going to feel amazing. I bet it doesn't because I know a link coming up. Oh, it does. Yes. So here is the Flip-It random name picker. What we have to do here is we have to just, or everybody's names who did it, the five tasks on here, and I'm going to go through here and I'm just going to click this button and it will come up with a name. Gail Reed, are you on the call?
Ooh.
Hi Gail, you are coming down to Swedgy Lift, Gail.
Oh, I didn't expect to hear my name there. That's fantastic.
Where do you live, Gail?
I live in Ayrshire, which is about half an hour's drive from Glasgow.
Oh, I've got a lovely friend who lives in Ayrshire. So
Oh, right.
it's a beautiful part of the country. Well, if it's not too far for you, Gail, you're very welcome to come down to Somerset and spend a weekend down here with me. Or
It's been a long time since I've been in Somerset. Family took me when I was very young, and it was beautiful.
do you want to come and spend a weekend with me, Gail?
Oh, I think I want to come and spend the weekend with Peter because I like his shorts he's got on tonight.
You're very welcome, Gail. I'll go back up to Ayrshire if you want. You can come down here and stay with us.
That might be a good idea.
I don't know how much you've learned about emotional eating. You might learn a lot about DIY, but there you go.
Oh,
Anyhow,
that's fantastic. Thank you very much. It's my lucky
Gail,
night.
it's lovely. I'm so looking forward to it. It'll be brilliant. Really looking forward.
Thank you.
Okay, darling. Okay, so the second prize, let's just spin the wheel again and see who's going to get the second prize. Eleanor Fitzgerald. I don't know whether she's on or not, but Eleanor, you have got a coaching session with me. I will send you a link to my diary for you to book something in. If you are doing the actual masterclass, you decide to do the course, the VIP course, then yeah, we can do that at an appropriate time during the course. If not, you can just come on, and what we'll do is we'll do a strategy call. I'll get the answers to your questions and we'll go through them. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that if you do come on the course, you will actually be able to, you will get the answers to your questions mapped out, so you know exactly which bits and why, when you answer those questions, what it means for you, and which bits of the course you need to look at. So I will be giving that to everybody who's already on my Bariatric Success Solution course, so they can look at that as well. Yeah, so you will get that. I thought Peter, like,
no, okay. Is she online?
I don't think she is. I don't think Eleanor's online. So, but she didn't need to be for second prize, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you who has won the Community Champion Box Treat Goodies. Lovely Olivia Pemberton. Well done, Olivia. You have got, if you can PM me your address, and I will get that in the post to you next week and get it off to you, Olivia.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you're very, very welcome, my darling. Very, very welcome indeed. Okay, lovely. So, without further ado, there is a bonus prize. I want to send out a survey to you guys over the next week, and I would really love you to do this survey for me. If you complete the survey, it will be a very short quiz online survey. And in the survey, I'd like you to come up with a name for the programme. Because I was really bored and said, well, we'll call it Stop, Somebody's Talking. Or the television's on. I can't see who it is. No, it's not letting me. Please, come on. Mute all. I don't understand why this mute thing doesn't work. Olivia, maybe it's you. Yeah, gone. Okay, so if you would like to complete this online survey for me and come up as part of the survey, it's going to ask for a name for the program, because I've just called it the VIP Stop Emotional Eating and Start Living program, which is not really very inventive. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to ask you guys what should we call it? And then we're going to go through the answers, and Peter and I between us will pick a winner out, and you will get a place on the program. If you have already bought it, which I suggest you do if you want to go for it, because like I said, I think the 50 places will go very quickly, I will give you a full refund if you win. And the deadline for this is next Monday the 11th of May at 5 p.m. So you've still got a chance of winning a place on the program. So go for that, and hopefully, what I don't want everybody to do though is to wait and say, well, I might win a place and not book their place. So what I want you to do, if you do want to go on the program and you are going to pay for it, book it, pay for it, and if you win, I will give you a full refund that day immediately by PayPal. So, and I will be announcing that on the group next Monday evening, so a week today. The last thing is the group is going to stay open until Friday the 22nd of May, noon on Friday the 22nd of May, so I can still support you during this time with anything that might have come up for you. All the videos will stay until then, including this one, which is going to go on tomorrow morning or tonight if I get a chance, because it'll take a while to download it from Zoom. So I'm not going to leave you on your own, so you can still support each other. But after that, I will be archiving the group. And the reason for that is I just can't give all of these things my absolute best. And I would want, if I have any group, I want to be on there answering questions all the time and making sure that I give it value. And I just wouldn't have time or value, and then I'd be spreading myself too thin, and that's unfair to the people that I'm working with that are paying for my expertise. So that is why. But I am going to keep it open till the Friday before this program starts, because I've got a bit of extra time until that starts. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Those of you that are deciding you're going to continue with me, I am so looking forward to it. Go out there and shake your tail feathers and have an amazing time. If it's not the right time for you now, that's fine. You can always come on the next masterclass. I will be doing another one in a few months' time, so you can come on again. You'll learn more again. Even if you're hearing the same things, you're going to actually, obviously, it's like watching a film. You see things in it the second, third time round that you never saw before. So, but, you know, ask yourself, is it my unicorn that's trying to keep me safe? It doesn't want change. It doesn't want me to change anything if you are concerned. And if you want to chat to me, send me a PM. I can answer any questions by PM or on the group. I will. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me tonight. I don't know what time it is. Oh, I'm not being too bad. It's only 8:05. That's pretty good. I'm going to open it up now. I'm going to open it up. If anybody would like to ask me any questions on the call now, I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you can see me and I can see you guys. And then, if you've got any questions you want to ask me about the programme, about what you've been learning this week or anything, you're very welcome to ask me now. Just unmute yourself and I will answer.
I've signed up. I've done it.
Oh, well done, Cheryl. Brilliant.
Yeah. I'm in.
That's great. That's fantastic.
I signed up too.
Ah, good. Excellent. Is that Gail? Yeah.
No, this is Ellen. I've signed up.
Hi, Ellen. I can't see all of you at once, you see the thing. Show me your... Oh, hi, Ellen. I can see you now. You're a pussycat. You're a pussycat. Oh, brilliant.
Me too. I've signed up.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I signed up too.
That's great.
Amanda, what will you do if more than 5 people sign up?
If more than 50?
5?
No, if more than... There's 5 people that will get a one-to-one with me. The first 5 people to sign up. I'm actually looking for 50 people to sign up with me. So, so if more than 5 people, what I do is I look on, see who signed up first, and the first 5 will get a coaching session with me. So the chances are, if you've done it on this call, you probably will.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I've signed up as well.
Brilliant. Who's that?
Me.
I can't see you. Show me what's your name.
Liz.
Is that Liz?
Hi, Liz.
Liz Dwyer.
That's great. Lovely to see you. It's great. It's fantastic. Has anybody got any questions before I go?
I just say thank you for everything you've done for us this week.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Here, here.
I've loved it.
Yeah.
I've absolutely loved it. It's been.
I never know me stick to anything.
Do you not
And
know?
No, and I've stuck to this.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Um,
Really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And you know, it's those small changes that will make all the difference. You know, just asking those 3 questions. Asking, is this my mum kit? Is this my unicorn? You know, is it trying to sabotage me? And remembering that sabotage is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. But it's for you, the humans, to let you know that it's, now you're an adult, it's more appropriate to do another thing rather than what you always did.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a brilliant week. I've really, really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. It's great.
Thank you. Everybody that's still on now, thank you so much to everyone that's spoke to me or written to me. Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
You're all amazing. You're all, I wish I could have every one of you down here
Everyone.
for the weekend. It'd be brilliant.
Yeah, party, everyone come.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all come.
Wait, you need a hand with your bags,
Peter.
Gail.
Good idea.
You need a hand with your bags.
Okay, Alicia, get your
Will-
back.
Yeah, I'll be your bag carrier.
Okay, you're on, yeah.
All right, guys. So I am going to go and I've not even had my supper yet. I'm going to get something to eat, and I will hopefully.
Well done, Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
Yay!
Thank you. Guys.
Woo-hoo. Have a big glass of wine now, Amanda.
I don't drink, darling.
Oh, you don't, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, a bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Thank your you.
I
mum.
have some chocolate. Everybody. I am going to have some chocolate.
Do, good girl.
Sure.
And don't be guilty.
Because it nourishes my taste buds.
Yes.
It nourishes my soul.
My soul, yes.
There you
And
go.
it's good for your soul.
It's good for my soul. I deserve it.
Well
All
done.
right.
Yeah.
Well done.
Lots
Bye,
of
everyone.
Bye.
on my
Bye, everyone.
we shall see you Wednesday night.
Bye,
Peter.
Thank you.
Peter.
Bye. Bye, Peter.
Bye, Peter's hand.
Get those legs covered up.
Oh, there's
Look at Gail. I think I might need to be a bit worried about when Gail comes down. I'm going to have to put a lock on my bed.
You're married. It's okay, I'm happily married.
Take care, guys. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.